In the heart of central Java, where the tropical winds carry the scent of incense and ancient stone, rises one of the greatest wonders Asia has ever created. A temple complex so vast, so intricate, so breathtaking, that even after 1,100 years, it still stands as a testimony to the ambition of kings and the devotion of an entire civilization. This is Prambanan, the largest Hindu temple complex in Indonesia, and one of the most extraordinary architectural achievements of the ancient world. Our journey begins in the early morning, when the first rays of sunlight fall upon the towering central shrines. As the mist slowly rises from the fields, Prambanan appears like a city of stone emerging from another world. The air is silent except for birds circling high above the spires. Standing before us is a masterpiece of the 9th century, a time when Hinduism flourished on the island of Java, long before Islam shaped the future of Indonesia. The story of Prambanan begins with the Sanjaya dynasty, powerful Hindu rulers who believed their kingdom was protected by the gods. To honor Shiva, the destroyer and the transformer, they built a temple unlike anything ever seen on the island. They chose a sacred location, a volcanic plain where earthquakes, eruptions, and natural disasters were constant reminders of divine power. It was here that the Javanese kings decided to carve their devotion into stone. As thousands of workers, artists, and architects began their labor, the kingdom witnessed one of the most sophisticated construction projects in ancient Southeast Asia. Massive blocks of stone were cut from nearby mountains, transported across rivers, and lifted by wooden cranes and human strength. Over decades, the temple complex grew into a monumental spiritual city. 240 temples spread across a vast square, each one aligned with cosmic geometry and Hindu cosmology. Walking through the entrance today, visitors follow the same path that ancient pilgrims once took. The ground beneath us is paved with stones worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. Ahead, the main complex rises like a mountain range carved by human hands. The central tower, dedicated to Shiva, reaches an astonishing 47 meters into the sky, taller than many modern buildings. Surrounding it are the temples of Vishnu and Brahma, each representing a fundamental aspect of the universe. Every surface of these temples is covered with carving stories from the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and ancient Javanese legends. As the camera moves closer, we see scenes sculpted with incredible detail. Warriors in battle, princesses in sorrow, demons defeated by heroes, animals playing roles in divine events. These carvings were more than decoration. They were the textbooks of the ancient world. For people who could not read or write, these stones were their scriptures, their history, and their spiritual guide. The most famous story found on these walls is the Ramayana, the tale of Prince Rama, his wife Sita, his loyal brother Lakshmana, and the monkey god Hanuman. As sunlight hits the carvings at just the right angle, the figures seem to awaken. Rama draws his bow, Sita waits in captivity. Hanuman leaps across the ocean. It is as if the ancient sculptors hoped the story would live forever, long after their own names were forgotten. As we continue deeper into the complex, we discover that Prambanan was not just a temple, it was a cosmic model of the universe. The central court represents the realm of the gods. The outer courts represent the world of humans and spirits. Every wall, gate, and doorway symbolizes a passage between life, death, and rebirth. The people of ancient Java believed that, by walking through Prambanan, they were walking through the universe itself, a journey from the earthly world to the divine. But the glory of Prambanan did not last forever. Around the 10th century, political power shifted from central Java to East Java. The Mataram Kingdom collapsed, possibly due to a massive eruption of Mount Merapi, one of the most active volcanoes on Earth. Earthquakes shook the temple complex. Stones fell, roofs collapsed, priests abandoned their shrines. Nature reclaimed the land. Trees grew between the ruins. The once great city of the gods slowly disappeared beneath mud, roots, and silence. For centuries, Prambanan slept, forgotten. When traders, travelers, and early colonists passed through Java, they heard rumors of an ancient stone kingdom hidden in the wilderness. Locals told stories of cursed temples, haunted statues, and a princess turned to stone. The most famous legend is the tale of Roro Jonggrang, a princess who demanded that a young suitor build 1,000 temples in one night. When he came close to completing the impossible task, she tricked him by lighting fires to mimic sunrise. Enraged at her deception, he cursed her, turning her into the final statue to complete the 1,000 temples. Visitors today believe the statue inside the Shiva temple may be the princess herself, frozen in stone for eternity. It wasn't until the 18th and 19th centuries that explorers from Europe stumbled upon the ruins while mapping the island. What they found amazed them: toppled towers, broken sculptures, and vast fields of stone blocks stretching to the horizon. Archaeologists began the long, painstaking process of excavation. Piece by piece, they rebuilt Prambanan, a giant 3D puzzle with hundreds of thousands of scattered stones. Even today, much of the complex remains in ruin, waiting for restoration. Modern visitors to Prambanan witness a place where history, art, and spirituality merge. In the evenings, the temple becomes the backdrop for the Ramayana ballet, one of the most spectacular cultural performances in Indonesia. As dancers reenact the ancient story with fire, music, and shadow, the illuminated spires of Prambanan rise behind them like gateways to another world. Yet Prambanan is also fragile. Earthquakes still threaten it. The 2006 Yogyakarta earthquake caused significant damage. Restoration continues, using ancient techniques blended with modern engineering. The Indonesian government, UNESCO, and international experts work tirelessly to protect this treasure for future generations. As we move through the final part of our journey, we reflect on what Prambanan represents. It is not merely a temple. It is a symbol of Indonesia as multicultural heritage, a place where Hindu architecture stands on a Muslim-majority island, embraced by all Indonesians as part of their shared history. It reminds us that civilizations rise and fall, but culture, faith, and creativity endure through time. The sun sets behind the spires, painting them gold and crimson. Shadows stretch across the ancient stones. The air grows still, and for a moment we feel exactly what ancient pilgrims felt. Awe. The awe of standing in the presence of something larger than ourselves, a masterpiece carved by humanity, dedicated to the divine. As night falls over Prambanan, the temple transforms once more. Under the moonlight, the stone towers glow like silver mountains. The carvings seem to shift in the shadows. The entire complex feels alive, as if whispering the memories of kings, gods, and forgotten worlds. Prambanan is a reminder that the past is never truly lost. It sleeps and waits until someone is ready to listen. And today we listened.